Hello, hello. I am back for another episode, and today I wanted to talk about how beautiful it is when you are in a rock bottom moment. Now, you might listen to that and think, what the hell? Who actually wants to be in a rock bottom moment? Nobody wants to be there. The thing that I love about rock bottom moments is you can't go any lower. Like you are literally at a low point where you are feeling so out of alignment, when things feel so awful, when you literally feel like there is no way out. And yet there always is. There always is a way out, and you know what is coming next. It's always going to be good things. Like when you are in that shadow sort of part of your life, when you are in that rock bottom, you know things can only get better. Like you know that. And I would say you know that because chances are you haven't just had one rock bottom moment, you've probably had more than one. Now, my rock bottom moment that I've had a couple, but the one that I had that actually started my spiritual awakening was literally where I felt out of alignment. I didn't know who I was. I looked in the mirror and I didn't feel good in my own body. I basically just lost who I was as a person. And it was work that I had never ever done before in my life. Like I'd done multiple courses, multiple programs, I'd invested in coaches, done all of these different things, and they all teach you more or less the same kind of mindset work. It's about doing your affirmations and making sure that you're in a positive mindset. Like it was very surface level stuff. It was nothing deep conditioning. It was nothing to do with subconscious mind work. It wasn't ever that sort of those deep rooted limiting beliefs that can really, really hold you back. And what happened was I would always invest in these different things and not get the results I'd hoped for and feel like I was so far behind everybody else in that same program. And I didn't realize until I had this sort of spiritual awakening and understood myself on a soul level that actually it was because I was so disconnected and out of alignment with my soul's purpose, like what I am here to do, that I just felt totally lost. I was listening to what other people were telling me, where somebody might say to me, "Oh, but Jackie, you're really good at this. So why don't you do that?" And then I've always been one of those people that's like, okay, if somebody tells me I'm good at something, I must do that thing because that's given me a really good, it's like a, I don't know, it's a hormone thing, isn't it? It's an energy thing. When somebody tells you you're really good at something, or oh, you did so good with that, it makes you feel really good. And I love that feeling. So if somebody tells me I've done a really good job with something, I want to do more of it. I want more praise. I'm basically like my dog. Like if you reward me, I want to keep doing that thing because it makes me feel really good. It makes me like, yeah, feel really happy. So I just kept doing all of these things, following all these different paths and strategies, launching all these offers, doing all of these things that I was told, but you're really good at that, so you should do that. But I didn't actually ever know what my soul's purpose was. I was doing things that, yes, I was really good at them, but it wasn't lighting me up. I felt like I was kind of doing these things to please others, not myself. And for me, a lot of my limiting beliefs actually came from feeling just completely disconnected, feeling energetically drained, feeling like I just had to put everybody else before me. And it all started from when I became a mum, basically. So you have these visions, don't you, before you become a mum of, oh, it's going to be so amazing when I have my children and I'm going to have all this time. We're going to go and do all these amazing things together and all the memories we're going to make. And that is 99% of the time the case. But what nobody teaches you is the energetic drain that it actually has on you, that you're mentally and physically doing stuff for other people nearly all of the time. You go from having all of this time and freedom to think, wake up one day and think, oh, should we go and do this today? Yeah, let's go and do that. And you've got that sort of mental capacity that you're able to even think about those things. To then suddenly in a stage of your kids are older and you're thinking, right, what clubs have we got today? What do I need to do for their school? Do I need to do a packed lunch, or have they got a school dinner today? Like, what have I paid that thing for their clubs? There's just so many things constantly in your mind all the time that it is a full-time job being a parent alone. So to then throw in work, like running a business, and yourself around that can be really challenging. And what I had never done up until 2020, beginning of 2024, was actually prioritize myself. I was always putting everybody else first as the people pleaser that I was, as the perfectionist. I always wanted everybody else to be happy. So as long as everyone else was happy around me, I'd done a really good job. But what was happening was I was giving everybody else and everything else my power. I was never doing the stuff that really made me feel like alive because I actually didn't know what that meant. I didn't know at the time what soul alignment meant. Whereas now, because I've done a lot of this work, it all makes sense. And the very first thing for me was when I hit that rock bottom moment and I woke up one day and I just said, this cannot be my reality. I'm so done with repeating the same things the same day, day after day, week after week, year after year. And at the end of the year, feeling like I was in more or less the same position that I was in the end of the previous year with no growth. And yes, my kids would have got older. And yes, I would have had a load of photos of memories and all those amazing things. But personally, when I look back on photos for years as a mum, I can see that I'm tired, I'm drained. So, although, yes, I was very happy that I had these beautiful children and we were doing all these incredible things, and I had a business that was doing well, and like I literally had all the freedom and everything, but I hadn't tapped into any of this sort of alignment work, this energy work. And I didn't realize at the time that I was completely out of alignment and disconnected from who I was because I didn't know who I was. But I literally woke up one day and I said to myself, like, this is not going to be my reality anymore. There must be more available to me because all of these other incredible women are doing all of these incredible things. And I know that I'm capable of doing that as well, but I just don't know how to get started. And the very first thing that I did was discovering what my human design type was. So I found out what my human design type was. And instantly, when I started to read and understand what that even meant, it was like a light bulb moment. It was a real shift in, oh, that kind of makes sense why these things I've done before haven't worked. And it also makes sense why I felt that way in that situation. And it also really makes sense why I'm feeling the way I do right now. And what it helped me to do was to make that next step. And the thing when you're in a rock bottom moment is it's taking that next step and not staying where you are. So we're all allowed to feel into our emotions. If you are feeling really, really crappy at the moment and you just want to have a day under the duvet, just crying, like whatever it is, do it. Just feel those emotions, allow them to run through you. But make sure that if you do that, tomorrow is a new day and you are going to take a step that is going to help you to shift into the next level version of yourself. Because we as human beings like to be consistently evolving and growing and adapting and doing better and feeling more confident and doing all of those things. Like we like to learn, whether that is learning a new language, whether it is a new skill, whether it is understanding how to do something we already do, but better. We like to learn because when we learn and we can do something better, we feel good. It literally releases those endorphins and makes us feel good about ourselves. So if you can take one step, and it might even be your first step into shifting out of that rock bottom moment is, right, I am going to wake up today and I am going to decide that for the first 5 minutes of my day, I'm going to listen to an audio or a mindset visualization, whatever it is. And I'm going to give myself 5 minutes to just work on me. You don't have to do these big things. It doesn't mean you need to make a big investment or go and do a really long walk or go and read an entire book or start a podcast or whatever it is. It could be something so small as stepping outside in your garden or on your balcony or sticking your head out the window and doing some deep breathing for 2 minutes. Like it's small shifts that will make a huge difference to you. I promise you. So my rock bottom moment when I actually realized that I wanted to do more, I wanted to achieve more, I knew there was more available to me, and then discovering my human design, that was the very start of my sort of my spiritual awakening. And the next thing I did was started to tap into manifestation. And understand how it even works, the law of attraction, using energetics, like the power of your mind. And if you want something, that you can literally put it out there, you can start visualizing, you can start attracting things to you. And I started to understand the science behind it, because it is a science. It's not literally just saying, okay, I want this dream house, it's going to happen. There is a science behind it. There's ways of doing it, and it will be different for each individual. But the more I was doing this kind of work and starting to do new things, so just to give you sort of an overall summary of what I've done the human design work, I have done belief coding, I have done timeline therapy, I have done Reiki, which was incredible, and that removed all pain that I had when I had severe sciatica. So that was my very first experience of energy work, actually. I've done Akashic record readings, I have done tarot card readings, what else have I done? Crystal work, energetic healing, trying to think now, like visualizations. Like I've done so many different practices, and I have experienced firsthand the shifts that happen from all of those things, some bigger than others. But every single one of these different things that I have done has helped me to really step into a new version of myself, to grow personally. Like personal development and personal growth is such a powerful thing that every single individual should be doing, for the very same reason that if you are in a plane, they always tell you to put your oxygen mask on first. Because if you can't put your oxygen mask on first, how can you help anybody else? You need to prioritize yourself. Making yourself your number one priority is not selfish. It's literally a life or death thing. Like, we are here to survive. But actually, we live in a world now where we can do more than survive. We can thrive if we are in alignment, if we are doing this energy work, if we are really allowing ourselves that time, that space, that freedom and the flexibility to do all these incredible things. Like, we have so many things available to us now, and we are going through a huge energetic shift, like this huge awakening across the globe in humanity. And it's such a beautiful thing to witness, that actually, when you can start really understanding the power of this work, it is such a beautiful thing to know that you are a part of it. And I love to call the people that aren't into this sort of spiritual awakening and the soul alignment world is, I refer to them as muggles, because they're kind of blinkered by the society standards, the society norms. So just to give you an example, I love the idea of homeschooling, because I have seen how society has literally pushed me out of the workforce because I wasn't able to go back to work, because I had the audacity to become a mother. I wasn't able to go back to my work because it was before flexible working was even a thing. So I was literally forced out of a job that I enjoyed because I was a mum and I wasn't able to go back full time. Like, there was no other option. It was full time or not at all. And that's not just me. Like, I hear that from so many women all the time, that they literally weren't able to return to their work because they have children to look after. They couldn't work full time without having to pay for somebody to look after their child. And then it kind of defeated the object of them wanting children in the first place. And I love the idea of homeschooling, because I love the idea of my kids learning that actually you have so much available to you, that you can have the freedom, that you can learn through living, through experiences, through doing all of these things, rather than following the sort of society norm of learning through an education system that has not changed in hundreds of years. Like, literally what they teach in schools now is what they have been teaching for hundreds of years. They've added in additional things like computer work, but they won't teach you about entrepreneurship or energy work or any of this kind of stuff. Like, they just won't teach it to you. And yet the people who I know that are homeschooling are teaching their children such powerful things that are going to bring these new light leaders into the world. And it is just incredible to be a part of. Now, the reason I say about the muggle side of it is because if I say that to anybody that is not spiritually awake, not soul aligned, has no idea about energy work, human design, like freedom, like what is available to us, basically, if I say about homeschooling, normally the first reaction I will get from people is, but how will they do their GCSEs? How will you have time for that? Oh God, I don't think I could do that with my kids, or however many of the kids they've got. And it's really interesting to hear those kinds of views, because for me, it's about like, I don't use any of the qualifications I have from school at all in what I do. It helped to shape me as an individual. Obviously, you've got the socializing side of it, but anybody can be an entrepreneur. Anyone can start their own business. And it is no wonder that so many women, whilst on maternity leave or when they finish their maternity leave, start their own businesses, because they're not able to go back into the normal society work, because there isn't flexible working that fits in around every single mum. Like if you've got kids to drop off at school at 9 and pick them up at 3, or even like me, I pick my son up from nursery at 12 o'clock, what job would employ me to do 2 hours work a day for maybe like 3 or 4 days a week? That is going to be so hard to find anything like that. Whereas I have a job as an entrepreneur doing exactly that, making more money than any part-time job would be able to pay me. And that is the beauty of entrepreneurship, is we have so much available to us. And I've gone massively off on a tangent here, because I was actually coming on this podcast episode to talk about the rock bottom moment, but I just want to help empower other people who may be listening to this that don't have their own business, to understand that there is so much available to you, that every situation that you go through, wherever you're at right now, and where your life is, the experiences you're currently going through, there is always so much more available to you. You have an uncapped income potential. You have uncapped freedom. Like you could literally create a business doing dog walking or being a gardener, like whatever it is that you want to do. You can do so many things doing what you love. So if you're someone that loves to be in nature, you could be getting paid to be in nature as your job. Like there is so much available, and it's just a really beautiful thing when I get to witness these sort of spiritual awakenings, and when I hear about other people's rock bottom moments, because that is normally when spiritual journeys begin. It is a rock bottom moment, and it might be a very traumatic thing that someone has gone through, but it's normally that rock bottom moment where they've realized that life is for living, life is short, you don't know how long you're here for, you don't know what is around the corner. If you can't be like lit up every single day, and obviously we all have off days, that's just a part of being a human, but if you can't do things that make you feel really good, if you can't do a job that you absolutely love, if you can't empower other people, like there's just so much that you could be doing right now, that it's just a really incredible time to be alive, basically. So I am very grateful for any rock bottom moment, because I know the people that come through a rock bottom moment are usually the most powerful, aligned, beautiful souls, because they've actually experienced that moment and they've worked through it. They have had that resilience, they have had that strength and that power and that determination to keep going. And when you start tapping into the frequency of the next level version of yourself, start becoming her, that is when magic happens. That is when magnetism happens, because you're already putting out into the universe that you are ready for more. When you literally are holding your hands up in the air saying, universe, I am ready for more, show me what I need to do next, you will start to see signs. Literally, it might be a piece of content you scroll past that will be an amazing speaking opportunity. It might be a piece of content you scroll past that's got a free masterclass in exactly the thing that you would love to learn more about. Maybe it is somebody invites you to do a collaboration with them. Maybe it is a new client that drops into your inbox. Something will happen when you start opening yourself up to it and seeing that actually there is so much available to you. But when you have kind of your blinkers on and you are stuck in the cycle of, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, and you're saying things like that, and you're saying, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough clients, I feel frustrated, I feel really overwhelmed, and you're literally repeating that over and over again every single day, that is exactly what you will be attracting back to you. So when you can start switching that, even in a rock bottom moment, like I am so grateful and thankful that my dream clients flow to me effortlessly. I'm so grateful and thankful for the £1,000 that's landed in my bank account this week. Like whatever it is that you want, start thanking the universe for it now, because then you will start to see signs. of that actually becoming a reality. Our brains are literally wired to show us a reflection of what our thoughts are. So your current reality is a reflection of your thoughts. So if your reality is way off what you want it to be, it's because they're the thoughts that have been going through your mind. So it's no wonder when you are in a rock bottom moment, you can't see a way out, because literally everything that is surrounding you is normally lack, negativity, frustration, overwhelm, burnout. So when you can start doing small exercises and shifting your energy, go for a walk. Like, what would you be doing right now that your higher version of yourself would be doing when she already has all of the things you desire? So if you are somebody listening to this now and you would love to be getting 10 clients into your group program, if you would love to be debt free, if you would love to be hitting 10K months, like whatever it is, when you have achieved those things as the version of you who has achieved them, what would you be doing in your life today? Go and do that thing. Start becoming that person. So for me, the next level version of myself always prioritizes going on her dog walk, always prioritizes getting out in nature, grounding herself. Like, she craves the environment, the freedom and the sounds and everything of nature. So I make sure every single day I get out in nature. And it might even be, so like as an example, yesterday I had one of my kids off sick, so I didn't get to go and do my long dog walk that I love. So I went and stood in the garden. I stood on the grass barefoot. I grounded myself. I did my deep breathing. I listened to the sounds, and I did it for 5 minutes. But it's doing those simple things that will start to shift your reality now. And the more you repeat them, the more those things will be reflecting back to you. So if you can start shifting your mindset, shifting your energy, shifting your thoughts, overcoming those things, your brain will literally be looking for evidence of those things. So what your thoughts are is literally reflected back to you. It's all a mirror. So in your rock bottom moment, or when you have a rock bottom moment, notice that everything around you feels really hard. You literally feel like there is no way out. But then there will be a tiny glimmer of you that thinks, okay, other people have been in rock bottom moments. There are celebrities that have hit rock bottom moments. They've all come out the other end of it. So use that as your inspiration, that there is a way out, that you can move through it, and to be grateful for this time, because actually those people that have been in a rock bottom moment come out stronger, more powerful, more aligned than any other leader out there who has perhaps not hit that sort of moment, because they've never been in that situation. And it makes you much more relatable, particularly for those of you listening that go and do energy work that will help your clients to get into alignment. If you can show your story, and it's exactly why I share my story of how I felt so disconnected with myself because I was prioritizing everybody else, because I never learned to know this new version of myself when I became a mum. I never tapped into this new frequency. I was trying to be the old version of me who was then gone. So it was almost a grief process. I'm really hoping that that didn't pick up. My little boy decided to come in while I was doing a recording. Yeah, so if you can start really shifting your energy and focusing on you, on how you're feeling, because your energy is so important. And that is why I love to do this work with the energetic alignment, with the identity shifting, with your brand. Like, literally how you are showing up is so important if you want to be attracting those dream clients. Those dream clients will be magnetized to you when they can feel that you are the right person for them. And the only way that is going to happen is if you are in alignment. So soul alignment isn't just a buzzword that's being thrown around. It's literally you understanding who you are on a soul's level and starting to become the next level version of yourself in a way that is aligned to your human design, your blueprint, what you are here to do, your vision. So my whole soul's purpose is to empower others through connection, through speaking. So me doing this podcast is literally me being in complete soul alignment. This is what I'm here to do. I'm here to empower others through my voice, through speaking, through my throat center. Like me speaking, sharing videos, doing TikTok videos, like me doing YouTube videos, all of that is in complete alignment to me. But that might not be in alignment to you. So it's about really understanding who you are on a soul's level and then building your brand around that. But please just know that when you are in those rock bottom moments where things feel so challenging and you literally just can't see like what next step to take, that there is always a way out. There is always light on the other side of dark. Always. You've got this. I hope this has inspired you today. And if you need any support with your brand visibility, energetics, identity shifting, you know where I am. I would also love to invite you to get access to my free download, which is a identity shifting audio that you can just listen to, tap into it each morning, and it's going to help you with this hypnosis to really calmly set yourself up for an amazing day and to start shifting into the version of yourself who already has it all. It's time to start becoming her. Because when you do, incredible things are going to happen in your life and in your business. I promise you. I hope you've enjoyed this episode today. If you have, please do leave me a review. I personally check them all and I would love to see what you think of the show. And I will be back for another episode very soon. Have a beautiful day and I will catch you later. Bye.